Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome again this afternoon to a Super Metroid A Link to the Past combo randomizer winter tournament. Today we have a pretty hype match between Solski and Zoasty. I am joined today by Brewers fan JP. How are you doing?
Doing all right. We are starting really quickly here. We just got on in time, and we see the runners starting right now.
Yes. Sorry for the late start. Speed gaming is definitely crazy weekend booked today, but we're on and going with our match. So for anybody who's new, I'm assuming most people who are watching have probably been watching most of the races this week. This is a combo randomizer, which combines Super Metroid Randomizer, Link to the Past Randomizer, and Space Jump. That's really nice to find.
Yeah, it's a good first item, but they need flippers and mirror to get to it.
And Dark World access, because you can't swim as a bunny.
Yep, that too.
So this is the first round of our Swiss stages, 5 rounds of Swiss. Nice tree pole with bombs. That's a nice early fight. And this is a pretty crazy matchup between Solski and Zoast. Both are really good at their respective games. Zoast more Super Metroid, and Solski a little bit more on the Link to the Past side, but he definitely knows his Super Metroid tricks and tactics. So
yeah, and it's kind of crazy that these two are matching up in round one. I mean, it's part of how the Swiss works. Just the first round is always random pairing, so you'll get matchups like this to start.
ooh. We got an ice rod in Link's house and the magic cape on Lumberjack.
So Magic Cape's an interesting item. We only absolutely need for one location. That would be the bumper ledge. We'll have to see if they're going to have to go for that.
Yeah, you could definitely see some progression there on the bumper ledge in Dark World. Hopefully, considering the seeds that we've had for this tournament this week, I'd like to see one finally be nice to our runners, and they're not forced to do AGA just for something like gravity.
Well, there's a Spazer to start. Spazer, early on, you'll take that all the time because it is a beam upgrade. Or, okay, Solski says no. Solski made me into a liar.
Typically, for most runners, if you don't already have Plasma Beam, you will pick up Spazer.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was mentioning early. Once you have Plasma, you don't need it. You'll never take it. But early on, when you don't really have any beam upgrades, you'll usually take it.
All right, so both of our runners a little bit of sync here, almost synced up. Going to the same place, Kakariko Village. There's a bevy of items available to our runners. Both with 4 bombs, they're going to be able to check both Blind's Hut and the back of the bottom of the Kakariko well.
And those are the 2 most dense ones, and we've also got the Chicken Hut, and we have potentially the race game if they want to go for that. With 4 bombs, they have just enough for everything.
Yeah, starting out with 50 rupees, an arrow capacity upgrade, extra 50 rupees, and an E-tank. One more item in the back here. Yo!
Ooh, nice.
What a nice find. Early Morph Ball is always very nice for our runners to see.
Yeah, that is really good. That'll open up a lot in Super Metroid once they get some power bombs or regular bombs.
Yes, or screw attack, speed booster. There's a couple different ways that logically you can get some progression in Super.
Now, for those of you who have been playing version 30 of Link to the Past, you'll notice that there are still arrow upgrades and bomb upgrades in the pool. I believe we're still using an older version of the logic in this, right?
Yeah, we are still on version 29 for the combo randomizer, so it will include bomb capacity upgrades, arrow capacity upgrades, as well as not yet including. Ooh! Kita Samaria off the bottle vendor. Definitely a nice find. But the other cool thing about version 30 from Link to the Past that is not yet included in the combo randomizer are the hint tiles.
Man, this Kakariko is nice. They're getting Kana Samara, they got Blue Mail, they got Morph Ball.
Yeah, definitely a loaded village here. All right, both runners going to opt to stop and pick up their additional 10 bond.
So right now with what they've got, I mean they've got the cane and Ice Rod as potential weapons, but without much mag. Oh, you're being too nice to them.
That's a really nice find before they head just south here to check out the library in case there's any progression inside of the library that may have been boots locked.
Well, energy tank.
E-tank. Yeah, absolutely.
And I believe you do need at least 3 of those to clear Super Metroid.
Yeah, at a minimum for sure. The rainbow beam that Mother Brain uses at the end will drain, I believe, just a minimum of 3 energy tanks to leave you full.
So if we go traditional, they'd go to South Shore, and Zoast is going to be traditional, Solski's not.
All right, so a little bit of route divergence here. We're going to be able to see a couple things opening up from both runners. Also, no map check yet. Ooh, a flute hook shot and a sword. What is this?
Man. So Solski's going to go activate that loot right away, and that's a lot of access on Death Mountain.
Oh, and he's doing a really, he did a really nice little hook dash there, but decided with boots it's probably just fine to do a regular dash. And Zoast finding our first power bomb of the game so far inside of the dam moat. Pick that up. That's definitely a lot of Super Metroid progression opening just by picking up a single pack of power bombs.
Yeah, that opens up quite a bit. Got to be a little careful still for soft locks because they're running out of bombs, but these runners should be fine with just 5.
All right, so Zoasty here in the mini Moldorm cave, he's going to use a can of Samaria, which isn't a bad idea. You can use it to just allow the mini Moldorms to kind of bump into it to do damage to themselves, or you can use it to, perfect shot there. I was going to say use it to shoot some projectiles across the room, but he got it. Bomb capacity, big 20, speed booster, our first shield, and another pack of power bombs. This is a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah, so both speed upgrades already.
Gotta go fast, right?
Yep, this is going to be a fast seed in terms of movement.
All right, so Solski here doing some dark room magic. This is not in anything that is considered in logic for either normal or hard mode. The hard logic and normal logic for the combo randomizer specifically is Super Metroid tricks only. So it doesn't allow any logic changes for Link to the Past. So dark rooms, sequence breaking, and things like that is not anything that's considered in logic as part of the combo randomizer.
Yeah, in just the Link to the Past randomizer, there are a few variations to do, like overworld glitches, but I think there's like no real. Sorry, Zoast takes a death. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not.
No,
Oh,
he had
Solski, gonna
actually.
hover.
Yeah, Solski going for his first PB pack. Gonna take a fall here. Zoast actually set up the Boots Water Walk over the over by at the Ice Shard Cave, but then took an unfortunate hit from one of the crabs that do 2 hearts of damage. So he's gonna have to either try a different fake flipper strat, or I guess he's gonna head to Super Metroid. Not a bad idea either.
Yeah, I'd like this for him, but he's going into a stronger game. He's got enough progression for this, so he's going to do some looking here for now.
All right, Vanilla Missiles is our first item here on the criteria locations, and Solski heading into Paradox Cave. Ah,
Okay.
fetch quest starting out.
Mushroom's always interesting. With the flute, it's an easy turn in.
Right, and the other thing to consider is when we find that hammer or our Dark World access in the mirror, we may end up seeing a fake flipper, fake with the mushroom and cane of Samaria both being pretty early.
Yep, fake powder's nice, and the charge beam is nice too.
Yeah, Solski is definitely getting quite a bit of a payoff here, making the early Eastern Palace Sahasra location check to find flute, hookshot, and a sword, as well as now in Paradox Cave picking up that is definitely super awesome before heading into Super Metroid, so that you have the charge beam available. You're not so worried about picking up extra ammo for Mother Brain, but it's a lot of stuff. Right, Zoast here doing a really difficult wall jump. It's pretty tough to do, pretty close clips, and he gets it done.
I don't believe this is in logic technically.
It is not in logic. I think it either requires ice, the infinite bomb jump, high jump boots, or space jump. I think you can also use speed booster. So in logic for him because of speed booster, but the way that he went about getting to this location is not in logic.
Ah, okay, fair enough. Now they are running out of spots. At least Solski's running out of spots to check on the Link to the Past side.
We do still have the full escape area available, as well as Agina's cave, but pretty much yes, he's running out of locations here open for Link to the Past.
Though it would not surprise me once he finds that speed booster in Mini Moldorm, if he also makes the play to go into Super Metroid.
Yeah, I agree. Though it looks like he's heading straight into Norfair. This is our business center portal that will take you into the Norfair area. He's going to check the Crockermeyer's item. Whoa!
Oh!
That is huge! Solski in Norfair without Varia. Zoast finds Varia early. Big play. All right, so E-Tank and a piece of heart so far at high jump. And a big 20.
So it's a bit low on health, so he can't do any more Shine Sparking until he refills it.
Yeah. Hopping over to the ship here. Still at 2 E-Tanks, but I think he could probably be all right with 2 E-Tanks through the rest of the game until Mother Brain.
And is he going to go for Wreck Chip?
Probably. I mean, that looks to be the play he's making. He's got speed booster, so it is in logic with that. I don't see why not. The Varia suit with the reduction of damage in Super Metroid. I think Wreck Ship is great.
Yeah. This does make a lot of sense.
But he doesn't get that spark off there to head over in the moat. Though he does see the moat item and may end up heading still towards Wreck Ship again. F5 who checked the top of Red Tower. Oh, and an E-tank at Kraid missiles. Nice find just before heading into a boss fight. Solski now at 5 E-tanks. That's a hefty amount.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm sure he'd feel more than comfortable with 5 E-tanks for this seed.
All right, Zulsi gets the spark and also sparks over the ocean here, heading towards Wreck Ship. There's one item that you can find or check before actually killing Phantom to activate the wreck. And it's red boomerang. He couldn't decide if he wanted to pick it up or...
Yeah, I mean, can't blame him. A lot of people would ignore the red boomerang, but I think he was just thinking it's nice to have at least one boomerang for menuing, and occasionally it can come in handy.
Yeah, you can also check the stun prize pack. Ooh, really nice blue bomber there by Zoast, using the speed booster to create that blue suit momentum mid-air morphing while passing through that little pathway to get to Fantoon and breaks through the bomb blocks. It's really nice.
So Solski gets the first boss down, but Zoast will not be too far behind him on the boss count.
Yeah. And he's going with Doppler strats. Fantoon will usually require that you hit him at least once or twice. I was going to say, he got Fantoon. He got him with a super missile. That's right.
He gets the enrage, though. He's got to be a little careful.
Yeah, and if you're able to fire a shot just as the flames come out at the top, you have the ability to destroy all of the flames before they do the full spread across the screen. So there are ways, if you don't have space jump, to kind of minimize the damage that you take during that phase. But finishes off with Fantoon, very nice.
So I think Solstice can go right back into Link to the Past.
Yeah, we know that there's additional progression that he can find in Mini Moldorm, but Zoast is definitely making great work with the progression that he's picked up so far.
Yeah, 17 minutes in, we've seen a lot. And feels like these runners can do a lot right now.
All right, so Solski is going to be checking the Swamp Palace Dam here, as well as Mini Moldorm and Ice Ride Cave to pick up the items that we've already seen Zulsi collect. And Zulsi is going to do the Wreck Ship item locations here, starting out with a 20 rupee pickup at this Super Missile location. It might actually be a vanilla E-tank. Can't remember. All right, Piece of Heart at this Super Missile location.
All right, so Solski's going to pick up his speed booster. We'll see what he does with that.
So from here, I would assume that our progression is likely in Green Brinstar. I think that there could also be something here in Wreck Ship, but just based on the item collections and everything, possibly our Dark World access or additional items like Book of Mordor to get us into Desert Palace, or Mirror even for Tower of Hera.
Mirror Hammer could also be for Tower of Hera. Could find a bow, which wouldn't open a lot in Eastern. Actually, without a lamp, that wouldn't even be in logic. But
Yep.
we still don't know what our crystals or pendants are.
Yeah, no map checks, which is fairly odd. I would think that Solski would probably have checked the map. Zoasti may not think as much about pendant and crystal progression to start, but it is definitely some information I'm curious that our runners have not already thought about checking. And Solski with the sequence break to check the wishing well here with the waterfall fairy, but no progression so far. Gonna check out what's hiding at Zora's. He doesn't have the rupee.
Oh, that's flipper locks.
Yeah, flippers are gonna be required.
Yeah, absolutely, 100% required. Now, if there is a trick you can set up, I think, where if you set up if you do a fake flipper and then you store a water walk, essentially, you could get to those with the boots of the glitch, but logically you do need the flippers.
So, I guess if Misery Mire isn't, well, I mean, you don't need mitts to get to Misery Mire in the combo randomizer. If Ice Palace and Turtle Rock are both pendants and hold no progression, you could.
Sorry, I was gonna just mention
Oh,
you always do need mitts to get to
Dark
GT.
World access to get to GT. Yeah, you're right. I was gonna say, could this be a Power Glove suit? But that is definitely required. No. Oh, Solski is using some magic here. Does he think that without hammer he's gonna get to magic back?
I think he does. He's gonna realize pretty quick he can't do it.
Oh wait. Wait, he didn't do a save and quit. Did he save and quit to?
He's going into Super
Sanctuary?
Metroid. He did a hard reset, I think.
Yeah, without a save and quit. So did he find? I guess it was just knowledge. And does that reset his speed booster?
No, I think he saved and quit. I think he saved and quit after Hobo.
Okay.
And there's another hard reset.
So it doesn't look like Wreckship is definitely paying off in very much for Zoasti so far. From the items that I've seen, missiles in the sky and the item just above the ocean, there wasn't anything that has paid off to not go mode Wreckship per se.
Yeah, we got a couple more checks, but we'll see if any of those do pay off. And Solsti's going to make the same play. He's going to go to Wreckship too.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate he's not doing the Super Metroid Gauntlet first to pick up his various suit. But he has enough E-tanks. Definitely doesn't have to worry about his health here. So, ooh, and he gets the spark across the moat. Very nicely done. All right, so the Chozo here at Wreckship, just a piece of heart. And Zoast is going to check the reserve item. Oh, power bombs. Not bad.
Yeah, still a little low. We'll take those.
Yeah, until you find Ice Beam, you're definitely going to want at least 3 power bombs. And I think that is his 3rd power bomb pickup. Oh, Redman.
Redman is also a nice pickup, but yeah, that does confirm that Wrecked Ship was not really anything.
Yep, there's just this one item here in the bottom of the lake. Piece of heart. All right, so no progression to speak of at the wreck ship location, but still having Fantoon done gets that out of the way. Don't have that hanging in the back of your head to finish up before completing Super Metroid.
So what would be the next play?
I imagine that Zoast is probably just going to continue through Super Metroid, heading through the Red Tower towards Kraid, Norfair, and do a bunch of the checks that are available to him there. Everything in Norfair at this point, with the exception of obviously Lower Norfair, I believe is in logic for Zoasty with Varisuit and Speed Booster. Crocamire's open, Bubble Mountain's open. Everything should be available. So that's a lot of item checks for him now.
Yeah, that does make sense. The progression they've got so far, this is pointing towards more of a. Well, at least after. Oh, nice, got some regular bombs.
Yeah, and he has already checked Bomb Chorizo, so he won't have to worry about going up against that boss, having picked up the more.
Yeah, this is definitely what the progression we've got is pointing more towards Super Metroid heavy early game.
All right, so Alpha Power Bomb is not really yielding any item progression either, but as I said, there's a lot of items that are going to be available for Zoast to check in Upper Norfair.
Yeah, Zoast is continuing through Red Tower. Solski, a little bit of a longer of a Fantoon fight.
Oh, nice, but he gets it in the end.
I think Zoast was going to try to check the X-ray spot, but I think his health is his energy is a little too low.
Hey. Now he's going to find that wreck ship is not the place you want to go.
So now I got Zoast in Green Britain Star.
Yeah, checking the Green Hills zone item as well as the oh, okay. He's not heading to Blueprints. And he's going to check the waterway. Having speed booster but no gravity suit. This is not technically in logic. Oh. Oh, he doesn't have enough energy to make the Shine Spark work.
Yeah.
So he'll come back. But
So
normally...
question that you do need gravity suit? Because I thought the Shine Spark's doable down there even without gravity.
It is possible, but it's not in logic without gravity. So
Okay.
it would not be expected that you ever head to waterway without gravity.
Yeah, but just seeing how Zost has been playing this early, not having those extra energy tanks that Solski has is kind of hurting him a little bit. He's had to delay some of his checks.
I just got corrected by Total saying that checking waterway without gravity is in logic. My apologies. Whoa!
Yeah, there's the mirror. So that's Hera in logic.
It's a really nice find. Hera is, yeah, Just trying to think of anything else, but still without hammer or our second glove item. Dark World's out, and looking for that other purple pinkish orb, our moon pearl, for Link to the Past. Hey! That's one of the items I was just talking about.
Yeah, and that opens up. That opens up a little bit more.
Yep. Can definitely check Magic Bat once they pick up Mushroom from Paradox Cave, as well as our second path to get to Tower of Hera.
So, but yeah, weirdly enough, that's only our first piece of progression towards Dark World. We still have to, yeah, as you mentioned, we have to find at least one glove and a moon pearl. Or, I guess for us, we can do flippers in moon pearl at this point.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Flippers, definitely. Alright, so Zoasty is heading back towards the big pink area with enough energy now. We'll probably see him check the Spore Spawn early supers area. And, oh, he's going to do the Mission Impossible stuff here. Yo!
There's the other glove.
Alright. And we still also have Waterway for him to check. And I don't know if he checked Spore Spawn item early.
I don't think he's checked that yet.
Go. He's a little low on super, so I would not be surprised to see if he farms up a little bit before heading over to back towards Norfair. All right. Solski looking to check the Missiles in the Sky item here. And even though it's a full heart container, he is going to skip it, as well as the heart piece there in the middle maze icon. And a reserve tank at Spore Spawn.
So, with that mirror, with that hammer, starting to point back towards Link to the Past a little bit more, but without the moon pearl, it's still not a lot opened yet.
Yep, and we still have all of Upper Norfair available for Zoasty right now, which is a lot of item check. So while we have found quite a bit of great items for Link to the Past, nothing that's really opening up much progression outside of Tower of Hera. We do also still have the full Hyrule Castle escape area outside of the Dark Cross room, currently in Logic.
Yeah, well, with the Power Glove pickup, the back is guaranteed to be open now. Front is open and everything but the Dark Room.
Yeah, we did see Uncle and the Secret Passway chest, so we know that those aren't holding any progression for us, right? And 50 rupees at the wave gate, so using that glitch that Zoast did there to pop open that gate that normally would require wave beam, not breaking any sequence to pick a new progression. And now we are finally seeing our waterway check.
Solski's almost done in Wreck Ship. Gonna get a little bit disappointed after he sees the last item. Considering he skipped Spacer, I'm not sure if he's gonna skip Red Mail as well. No, he didn't even stop and check it. Oh! Hey! Flipper is locked by water.
Yeah. That is an amazing find. That puts our Dark World access one step closer. Still looking for that Moon Pearl. With our flippers now, we've got mirror flippers And we know where Hookshot is. There's our Swamp Palace access.
Yeah, once we have that Moon Pearl.
All right, and Zoast is heading over to check the Blueprint Star areas. Everything here totally in logic, having Speed Booster and being able to check Billy Mays. I believe he'll probably, I would think that he would head back into Link to the Past after finishing up here and going through the Criteria escape shaft.
Solski catching up a little bit with Zost's checks. If he does everything that Zost did, he'll come out pretty happy here.
Right, and I feel like Solski might just have that little tiny bit of a potential edge in his routing simply because he has made the play up to Zora. He does know that there is a glove on the ledge, so as soon as he sees those flippers and having picked up his first glove and then shortly after Hammer, he will know that he will want to make that trip back to Zora. Some people will put Zora off for a really long time, so I'm curious to see how long it might take Zoasty to actually make the check over there. Yo! Silver arrows in Criteria. I guess this is technically Brute Star, so.
Yeah. That was kind of a rich collection there. You get 300 rupees and some silver.
Silver and gold. I guess they're blue rupees though, so. Emerald?
Sure, silver and emeralds, that works.
Nice.
So I feel like early on we were seeing the difference between Solski and Zoast with the Super Metroid execution. I've been watching Zoast. He's been a little cleaner. As Solski still doing well, but you can see just Zoast is playing a little bit better.
Yeah, and the second sword upgrade just found by Zoast at the Old Mother Brain location. So we're at Master Sword as far as you and I know so far already. Grapple. Perfect place for it.
Yeah, these runners don't really need that now, but it does open one spot potentially.
Shock tool.
And Solski's making a good move here. He'll pick up his various suits.
Yeah, this is a really nice play because it's perfect to get it out of the way, and it gets him towards the Brinstar area. He's going to be able to just head one room back to check the Terminator location and pick up his various suit in the...
So having everything these runners have, I'm wondering if they're even going to go for that space jump. I mean, they technically will have access to it once they hit Dark World. Okay. Solski, as long as he does, if he gets through this shaft, he'll get his various suits. Is Zoast gonna check?
Boots?
Oh, yeah, boot spots. He hasn't gone to Saharsli yet, so he hasn't picked up his flute or hook shots.
Yeah. Alright, big 20 there. So as far as we know right now, Boots was only locking up an E-Tank in the library, a big 20, potentially something in King's Tomb still, and Desert Palace. And I suppose there's always the chance that Ganon Tower Big Key could be on the tour. Whoa! Okay.
And yeah,
So you either need lamp to get to the back of escape or to pick up the other glove at the big pink item location to get your moon portal access. So
oh, and like chat's correcting me on something. They might pick it up because you do need to have space jump to collect one item. That's the item
yes.
above Golden Chorizo.
It is really cool that the game will not actually allow you to get to that item without space jump. I kind of like that kind of locked scenario.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's something you don't always think about, but yeah, it's something that the game developers programmed in.
All right, Zoasty heading towards Edacoon's.
Alright. And so Zoast with Dark World access looks like he might go for Hype Cave.
Yeah, it's really nice to check. And I'm still, again, surprised we haven't had a Light World map check. Or now we're going to be heading into the Dark World. How soon will we get a map check?
There's a map check. All three pendants in the Dark Worlds. Thieves Town, Skullwoods, Ice Palace are pendants. Red crystals at Meyer and Turtle Rock, and everything else is blue. So we don't even need a Light World map check at this point.
Yeah, definitely 3 crystals in the Light World.
That is an interesting alignment. Our first 5 dungeons based on the game are all blue. Then you go all pendants and then red crystals. And Zoast finds Screw Attack and our 3rd sword that we've seen in Pipe Cave.
Yeah, I would say that's a pretty nice find.
Yeah, that's very nice. You know, Solski's been going through Brinstar, been getting all those items that Zoast picked up. Got his hammer, first glove, mirror. If he keeps going to the waterway, he'll get the flippers. So with that kind of actually lets us start to take some stock of Link to the Past where we're at. We still need the bow for Desert or Eastern, but Desert's unlocked. Not clearable though. We don't have a fire source. Hera is unlocked. If the basement's required though, it's not clearable. We still need bow for Pod. Swamp is actually, I think, the first dungeon we can 100% for sure clear.
Yeah, well, I mean, Thieves Town, also an option.
Oh yeah, of course, Thieves Town.
Yeah, everybody loves Thieves Town. But yeah, I think everything else requires 1 or 2 more items. Yeah, Solski going for the gate glitch here.
Oh, Zoast finds high jump boots.
Hey, I was just about to say Solski would have a lot better time doing this glitch if he had high jump boots. All right, Solski opts to pick up the 50 rupees. He probably is just keeping that Zora play in mind, knowing that he's going to have to make a trip back up there to get Titan's Mitt. So make sure you have the rupees before heading up there.
Zoast coming back here. Let's see which way he goes. He's probably heading east.
Yeah. Oh.
I think he's gonna grab that space jump.
Yeah. Oh, Solski clips the top of the ledge there. But he will be picking up his flippers, so he'll be super excited to see that, and he will know that he has his mitts access. Oh no!
And interesting, Zoast's heading back to Super Metroid.
Yeah, I would have expected he'd at least check possibly Pyramid Ledge, but he still has a lot available to check in Super Metroid, so it's not bad.
Yeah, not a bad play. You know, the only thing that's kind of a disadvantage for him is leaving Saharsla as long as he has. It's gonna start to hurt him soon. Hasn't hurt him yet, but I feel like the longer he puts that off, the more it might set him back. At least later on.
Alright, so Zoast left that Green Hills zone item that Solski just picked up. Just a missile pack, so it's not going to be anything that's gonna hold him back in progression, so he'll be up. It's a really nice moonfall there. Speeds him all the way down the red tower. Having screw attack also really nice for that, so that he can just break through those this little platform.
You had to pass this item up before, and it's rupees.
Yeah, stack of money. So I'm pretty sure that all of Norfair now, including Lower Norfair to Ridley, is fully on logic for Zoasty, so I anticipate we'll probably see him go through and finish that up.
Actually, no, it would be all in logic because we know where the other glove is, so you could get in through. You can get in through Meyer. I don't think the lava dive technically is, since he doesn't have gravity, but he can get there that way.
That is correct. All right, Solski picking up his silver arrows and the stack of fat cash right there. Probably gonna. I don't know what Zoasty would rather finish up everything he can in Super Metroid. Depending on the logic, he may split it up, but.
Yeah, I agree. This is probably the better play for him. As much as there is to do in Link to the Past, this is his better game, as chat's been pointing out. So if he feels more comfortable just in this game right now, it makes sense to do as much as he can in here. But on the other side, once Solski has a good amount of progression here, I expect him to go back into Link to the Past and clear as much as he can. Nice quick kill for Zoast.
Yeah, very nice. Alright, and Solski gonna be picking up his grapple beam. It's a tricky thing to get that sometimes, having to use the Shine Spark invisibility while doing a spin jump over those little yellow goopy balls to allow the charge to last long enough to jump up and pick it up.
Now, actually, one interesting thing that is worth pointing out here, since Zoast has been focused so hard on Super Metroid, one item he could have for Super Metroid that he doesn't, but Solski has, is that charge beam, which means his ammo management is going to be a little bit more important, especially if he makes a attempt to go for Ridley here.
Yeah. You're going to want a minimum of like 30 supers with no missed shots. Then I think he's probably all right on missiles. But charge beam, definitely a really nice item to have. Solski heading over here to check the bomb chorizo. Since he's already picked up morph bombs, he's going to be forced to fight this boss.
It should be quick.
Yeah, just a charge beam, supers. You're
Now, just to clarify in chat, charge beam was in Paradox Cave. Oh, but Zoast finds ice beam.
nice.
Yeah, charge beam was a Paradox Cave, and actually, even for Zoast, that is in Logic.
Spring ball in the reserve item location.
Wow, another nice couple pickups. Yeah, for Zoast, that would be in Logic since he has Hammer and Mirror. He could get over to East Death Mountain if he wanted to.
All right, Bubble Mountain, starting off with 5 rupees. And Miss.
Soul's getting back down. I think he's going to go back to Link to the Past at this point. And yeah, he's jumping right in the water. He's going to go grab that Titan's Mitt and check Zora. So for Solski at this point, his big next move is he needs to go to the back of Escape, grab his Moon Pearl, and then he's got plenty he can do after that.
Yeah, definitely opening up quite a few things for Solski in A Link to the Past.
Okay, that's an interesting find at Zora, Quake. We don't know if we need that yet. Depends on what our medallions are. Both medallion required dungeons are crystals, so we will need at least one.
Yeah, well, could potentially need both Misery Mire and Turtle Rock to open up Pyramid Fairy with our 5-6 crystals, so. All right, Solski's heading straight over to the back of Escape.
He's gonna make a pit stop by King's Tomb.
Yeah, that's a good place since we haven't seen this yet from Zoast, and you don't want to have to worry about coming back to do it later. An E-tank.
Yep, not much. I mean, you'll take it. Always good to have more energy. Here's Solski picking up his Moon Pearl. And yeah, Zoast looks like he's gonna go check the Ice Beam location and then take this path down to Crocomire. Or he's not gonna check Ice Beam for now.
No, he changed his mind again. All right, Solski's making the play into his Dark World, checking the map so we can find out what is where. Green Pendant Thieves Town. Everybody always loves to see that. And they're going to head over to Hey Solski, did you check it? You got it? You
Yeah.
good? Probably be popping into Hype Cave. Going to be the first to pick up our Tempered Sword.
And as Solski will be very happy to have his tempered. At this point, in terms of offensive power, he'll be pretty well set.
Yeah, and defensive power, having already picked up the red shield and red mail. So these runners are super.
Yeah, with so much Super Metroid progression already, I feel like this seed is at least starting more in Zoast's favor, but something later appearing in Link to the Past could help Solski out quite a bit.
I'm still going to maintain that Zoast having Titan's mitts at Zora is probably going to be the one thing that potentially is going to be the race changer.
Yeah, that could be if he puts off the Zora area for a while. That's an easy one to put off. Looks like Solski is heading up for Catfish. This would be an isolated location if he doesn't grab it now, because since he already did all the Zora checks.
Right, and he'll be able to mirror and then flute anywhere he needs to go from here. So he also still has that mushroom, and now he has the magic hammer, so he can go check with a fake powder to see what the magic bat's got.
Catfish. Oh, that is nice. That is really nice because they haven't found a fire source yet. So that means for Solski, Desert and Hera are both completable now.
Yeah.
As well as Swamp and Thieves Town. So he's got a lot he can do in Link to the Past now. And if that lamp locks the fire rod, that's an even bigger advantage for Solski right there. But yeah, we are at 57 minutes. At 57 minutes. We're finally. Oh.
Always bet
Never
on
mind
hack,
on the
right?
fire rod. Yeah. Never mind on that fire rod. Now that lamp advantage disappears a little bit for Solski. A basement is required, so you did need a fire source coming in here. So, I mean, what do we... I mean, on the Super Metroid side, we obviously at least need gravity.
Yes, absolutely. Outside of that, we already know where charge is. We know where ice is. Plasma would be lovely to have, but is not required.
So yeah, we've almost got everything to think of Super Metroid. A Link to the Past, we need at least the bow. What else? We might need medallions. We'll need the ice rod. Oh, we already have the ice rod.
Yeah. Yep.
We're actually in really good shape in both games.
Yeah, this will be a quick seed. We're an hour in and probably about 3 items away from go mode, potentially.
Yeah, I mean, bow, gravity, and maybe medallions? If Solski finds bow in here, I quit.
You are out of here. All right. Zoast giving Old Man Gary a little escort home. I'm going to be heading through a lot of the Death Mountain checks here. He'll be able to pick up his charge beam and what else was in there? Oh, the mushroom from Paradox.
Yeah. And chat's saying that neither of them need gravity suit, but logically you do need it.
Right, and it definitely would make everything go a lot faster.
And 1 hour in, we finally clear a Link to the Past dungeon. Not because we haven't been able to clear one, just because these runners have been doing a lot more Super Metroid.
Alright, so we will find out what our first medallion requirement is going to be as Solski checks out the Turtle Rock area, and then we'll hop into Super Bunny Cave, then Hookshot, and possibly we might have Quake.
No, it's Bombos, so we need the Bombos medallion.
Alright, so we are one medallion away at least from what we're going to need for our dungeons. Alright, Super Bunny Cave, a little bit of red with a big 20 and a piece of heart.
Alright, 4 more checks here. We probably saw the island. I can't remember what was on it.
I think it was a power bomb or just a nothing progression for sure.
Yeah, so he will not go for that.
Alright, Hookshot Cave holding nothing good. Oh,
Maybe there was something he wants to go pick up there.
oh yeah. Supers are definitely nice to have. Very useful against Ridley as he takes extra damage from supers, as well as you always want to have enough supers to get through Mother Brain, even with charge.
We're about to find out what our other medallion needed is, as Solski heads to mine.
Give me ether, vanilla.
It is either.
That's ridiculous. All right, so we need both medallions.
Yeah, which means that Quake from Zora is 100% worthless.
Feels bad. Alright, so Zoast heading into his first dungeon for a Link to the Past, gonna be up against Moldorm here. Yo.
Ooh, a book. Well, if something's on a tablet, that is needed, but at this point, you'd never like to see book this late.
No.
I was about to say, Solski might go into Desert, but he's not going right in there.
Maybe now that he's picked up book, he's like, well, you can just go in the front after I checked Agina.
But Zoast is also through Hera. He's gonna go do his paradox check, get his charge beam and mushroom. Well, Solski's fluting away. No, he's fluting right back. He's just gonna go in the back door desert.
All right. I was gonna say he's gonna, yeah, heading into the checking the ledge item. Ooh, yeah, pick up the supers. Yes. All right. So even though Pegasus boots were very early in the seed, finding out whether or not, all right, Desert Palace does not require boots. So should be a small key or the big key in this chest.
Yep. There's a small key, big key will be on the right side. We've already seen one item on those bombs. There's one other item in here.
All right. I'm gonna say it's online mode.
Yep. Some runners might go straight to land mode at this point and then come back in if it's in the big chest, but it's about the same time either way.
Yay!
Now, Zoast is going to give us a different check that we haven't seen from Solski right now. He's going to go in through Village of Outcasts.
Yeah, that is quite a few items that you can check there, as well as easy access to Skullwoods. Having that fire rod is fully completable. As it's a pendant, I don't think they'll finish it. But
Yeah.
only 2 items to check, and it's a fast check.
Though interestingly enough, with that fire rod pickup, everything in terms of pendant dungeons is completable.
True. I mean, still got to get Titan's Gloves, Titan's Mitts to open up Ice Palace, but it is in logic completable for our runners. First chest in Skullwoods being a small key, and then the big key. Nice find. It's nice to find the small key on that right side chest so that you can just head directly left and not have to go through the whole fall down in the ceiling kind of thing. Nice bomb jump by Zoast. Nice level by Solski.
Unfortunately, nothing in terms of progression here, so still looking for that next piece. And I think Solski's gonna go for Swamp Palace now.
Why not? Hey, Bombos.
All right, that's a nice find. You got to make a dip into Skullwoods.
Yeah, and Turtle Rock is fully completable for Zoasting it. I mean, once you get Titan's Mitts, of course.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so Solski going into Swamp Palace. 6 items in here.
Hey.
And that's our last sword upgrade.
That is also the second item in Skullwoods, so nothing is going to be at Mothula. The only reason we would need anything is only potentially if Ether or Bow is on pedestal.
I'm hoping Zoast will go take a look at the Bumper Cave ledge while he's here, because remember what we saw in the first couple minutes of the seed.
Ooh, that would be so mean.
No, he's not going there.
No.
I thought he might because he has the mirror, so he could do a couple other checks while over there.
Yeah, Graveyard Ledge, and he could also get to King's Tomb without Titan's Mitts with the...
No, it looks like he's gonna do Thieves Town first.
Also a good play since it's fully completable. One dungeon you can knock out. Green Pendant being a nice addition to that, simply because potential for an extra item being on the Green Pendant is available.
Yeah. And him
Whoa.
Plasma Beam. Okay, that's a nice find.
Yeah, for
Again, not required, but...
Ooh, really nice early Swamp Palace key too, so you can check the chest. The big chest. Haha!
Whew. And now our progression's picking back up. We have a bow.
Yeah, somebody in chat was saying Solski's looking for any kind of advantage. I might say that play to Swamp Palace to pick up the bow there is definitely a good play. That's a little bit of an advantage.
So, at this point, Solski can complete Eastern Pod and Swamp. He will need to get into Skullwoods to get the Bombos Medallion, and we still have to find Meyer. Or sorry, Ether for Meyer.
Yeah.
We're not in no mode quite yet. We still need to know where Ether is. And technically we also need Gravity.
Yeah. We're in Link to the Past almost go mode. It's going to be really interesting if Zoasty keeps finding the medallions and the progression that Solski hasn't picked up yet. But so far, nothing else besides Plasma in Thieves Town that's really going to help out with much. Ooh, 2 items on the left side of Swamp. So really, really good for Solski to have checked that, not having to dip back in after going to the back of Swamp Palace. So I think because he found the compass early, or the map early in the first chest, that he knew that there was going to be at least an item on the left side, either locked behind the big key or just a regular item, so he just went left side anyways.
Yeah. Zoast doesn't have to go to the big chest. No small key. The small key will be locked inside there today.
Nice. I always like that kind of logic that they'll allow the big key the small key to be locked inside of the big key chest. As well as Skullwoods and Swamp Palace both being able to logically lock the big key inside of the big chest. And Zoast finishes up with blinds. Very nicely done.
So yeah, so far nothing was in Thieves Town except for Plasma, which is an offensive upgrade, but not a required one.
Right? Though we could still have Ether either behind that green pendant or on pedestal, so can't throw that out quite yet. Chess game giving us 10 arrows and a big 20.
Solski tried to set up a quick kill. You can't set up the full quick kill without the gold sword, but he was trying to get a little bit faster through that fight. Alright, Zoast has his mirror out.
convenience a kid. So he did pick up that bottle earlier. Oh, and a fake powder.
Yeah, we haven't seen that yet. He doesn't have the flute yet, so he can't flute around.
Yeah.
But Solski's through Swamp. He's got his bow. My guess is he's going to go combo Eastern Pod next.
Yeah, a lot of really good items. He's already checked the Hashula's hut, so we know that those items were definitely required and super nice to find early. But there's still quite a few items in both Eastern and Pod.
I think Zoast accidentally leaped over the pit and had to come back around.
Yeah. Whoops.
Oh, Ethers on
my
Bombos! Okay.
Wow.
So, we know where everything is except gravity, and if gravity's the only thing we need, I think these runners can just ignore it.
Yeah. This is almost like the God Seed. Just that it's always got to be one item, right? Gravity. They don't even really need gravity though, because if they can just head through the Meridia to Dark World to Meridia portal and just backdoor Meridia and finish up Dragon, they've got grapple, so they have an escape route.
So we're essentially in no mode at this point. We can figure out where these runners need to go. Solski has to go to Crocomire to get his fire rod.
Yeah.
Zoast needs to go to the Zora area to get his Titan's Mitt. And he needs to go to Saharsula to get his hook shot.
Yeah. And then hook shot leads to bow.
Oh, and
wow. Wow, I got chills.
Solski also has to head into Skullwoods to get his Bombos medallion.
Yep. So I imagine once Solski's done here with Eastern and Pod, he will probably head in the direction of the Village of Outcasts, Thieves Town, and Skullwoods checks.
By the way,
okay, Bumper Ledge.
Just 50. So nope, do not need that cane. Logically, we might have needed the cape. Logically, we might have needed the cape for something else, but that's the only place you absolutely needed it for.
Yeah, we haven't seen Cane of Burning yet, so Magic Cape could have put Spike Cape in Logic. I think the only thing potentially that could bar Solski from taking a bit of a lead here, more than like the progression of items and everything with the Titan's Mitts already has, is how long is he going to put off Crocomire before he picks up that fire rod?
Well, the good news for him, at least, is without fire rod, he's likely not going to dip Total Rock.
Yeah, for sure. And even if he does, it'll be a quick check. Even if he gets a small key to start.
The worst thing for one of these runners at this point could be to get that gravity suit, because they might go start checking gravity suit locations.
Yeah. It would definitely send them down a long path of Meridia checks, and there are quite a few of them. All of them currently in Logic as far as having grapple for Shack Tool, as well as pretty much anything else you need. Speed booster for Aqueduct area. Alright, so Zoast is over here, turning in his mushroom. He's in the area of Catfish, Zora, so he may be picking up his Titan's Mitts very quickly. I'm like holding my breath. He doesn't have flute, so as soon as he picks this up, he's not just gonna like peace out, but...
Yeah, right now I'm looking at the way I'm looking at this. It's like looks like as much as Zoasty got an advantage with his Super Metroid checks, he did them a little faster. I feel like Solski is taking back a lot of that advantage with his Link to the Past execution.
Yeah, execution and routing, the way that he's gone through and cleared out quite a few of these places. The thought to go into Swamp Palace to find that bow is huge. Alright. Mirror. Yay! So, as much as it's not super great that Zoast hasn't been to Sahasrah's hut to pick up his hookshot yet, Bo is in the area of Swamp Palace that is not hookshot locked. So he may end up double dipping Swamp Palace. I don't think he would, but he may not want to head towards Eastern and Pod until he finds that bow. So I don't know. What if Gravity's in Hyrule Castle just hanging out in Zelda's cell and both of them are just like, hey, we don't need to check that out?
That would be interesting.
Could have had Gravity in the first 5 minutes of the game. Obviously, we don't know that yet, but who could say? So I'm wondering if at any point, and maybe Zoast, having found the Titansmiths here, having gotten flippers quite a bit earlier, which one of them is feeling more behind?
So Zoast is walking out of here, and I'm getting a little worried. Is he... Oh, he's going back to his portal, okay. For a second, I thought he might be thinking Ice Palace.
Yeah, no, I don't think that would be his first thought, especially with it being a pendant. I assume he's probably heading down to do Pyramid Ledge check and then head into, hopefully, the pod area.
Yeah, he's got that green pendant, and usually if you make a play like going for green pendant, you want to check it as soon as you can in case it is an advantage for you.
Right, exactly. So he can kind of route in Sahasrah with the pod check and Eastern Palace checks. So I assume he'll be picking up his hookshot quite soon.
I've got Solski on Helmasaur.
Okay, Zoast is gonna check. I know he didn't do Uncle because Solski did that earlier, but we're gonna get a full Hyrule Castle check. If he does this and finds Gravity in the front of Escape here, oh, nice, a shovel from Helmasaur King. I wonder if Zoast is gonna leave Super Metroid and still not head towards Eastern Green Pendant Pod area, thinking, I found Gravity, I can fully clear everything in Super Metroid. Let's do that first.
Yeah, as much as Gravity is required by logic for these runners, you're almost begging for them to not see it.
Alright. Solski dipping into Eastern. Haven't seen this yet. First chest in Hyrule Castle Escape. Arrows, okay. I'm like holding my breath this whole time. Don't be Gravity, don't be Gravity.
All right.
Right. Supers. And, okay, missiles. So, there could be a small key in Zelda's chest, which would then lead to the Dark Cross room in the sewers.
Actually, not in open mode. In open mode, the two chests after the first one down here cannot be small keys. I think actually the small key was in the back. Because there's a chance of a soft lock.
Well, They've already checked the back of escape, and they don't currently have a small key. So.
But I think Zoast did attempt to do the dark rooms and didn't get through them.
Oh. Okay. I was thinking that it was just Moon Pearl, the map, and bombs or Big 20 or something like that. But I could be. All right, so he's doing it. He's going over to Eastern.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he feels after this, getting the flute and hook shot so late. It's not put him behind, but he could have had it a lot earlier.
Right. All right, so Big 20 from Green Pendant. So Thieves Town, pretty much only holding plasma. Hookshot, flute. Is that, in some people's minds, going to scream Death Mountain, go to Hookshot Cave?
It might.
I kind of am curious which direction. I think Zoast is obviously he's heading to activate his flute, but he has the option to go to Death Mountain, do Hookshot Cave, and the rest of the Dark Death Mountain checks. But that or Swamp Palace. All right, so Armos today. Gonna be finishing that up quite quickly, and Solski will then be at. Oh, sorry, 5.
Yeah, this will be his 5th crystal, and I gotta think he's gonna go straight for Meyer next since he can full clear it. Oh, he's not going into Meyer quite yet.
No, but
It's actually
he's heading towards Skull Woods. He doesn't have Fire Rod, but he doesn't need. I mean, for Skull Woods, of course.
No, I think he hasn't checked any of the Village of Outcasts area yet.
Yeah, and some people will head to Skull Woods first just to get it out of the way, so that if they find the 2 items, having it being a pendant, check it, get it out of the way, check Bumper Ledge, and then head back to Village of Outcasts. But he may just be thinking that he can avoid pendant dungeons entirely, but we know that at least with Skull Woods, that is not the case. Thieves Town, again, super nice to check, grab the plasma in the second chest here, and then get out of town.
Meanwhile, over on Zost's side, he's opening up Turtle Rock. He can full clear this.
Yeah, and that's going to be a lot of checks looking for that bow.
Yeah,
Could find gravity.
Yeah, he could find gravity in here, and again, that could throw him off course. And to answer your question in chat, so logically, when we talk about logic, it means what the game can intend you to do to complete the seed. So when we say something's in logic, it means that it's something that the game would want you to do. And the reason we're rooting against gravity is because even though it is logically needed, it would also throw them into areas that are now in the logic that they can check.
Yo, Solski checked the first 4 chests in Thieves Town and then peaced out. So he's not going to full clear that. He's not concerned about the green pen.
Yeah, I don't blame him at all for that. I think that's a good... I think it's a good move, especially if he found 2 or 3 items in there. I forget how many were in the front.
Can't remember if map or compass was there, but you have the big key, obviously, heart container, and plasma. So the 4th one could have been. And we did find Barna just now, so that puts Spike Cave in logic.
And I think Solski's gonna go check Dig Game, which will get him high jump boots. He's prepping for fake powder. And then he might do blacksmith and purple chest afterwards.
Yeah, that makes sense to wrap that in while you're doing the fake powder magic bat check. So far, Turtle Rock just Kano Burner and a bunch of keys, so carry on.
Yeah, usually Turtle Rock's a little more key loaded at the front. A lot of the items will appear on Laser Bridge. Solski has high jump boots now. Alright, here we got the compass. Not needed. Solski's gonna set up for some hammer dashes.
I always love to watch that in action.
Energy tank, he'll grab that.
All right, so what kind of smiths do we have today? Oh, we're gonna wait to find out.
Yeah, he's gonna do his fake powder first. Not a bad move, especially just in the off chance the Smiths have half magic. Because that would refill his meter.
True. That's a good point. Hey, a mirror shield. Alright, Mimic Cave is just a super missile. More super missiles.
Yeah, Solstice can grab this chest. He's probably gonna flute. Nope, not gonna flute just yet. He's gonna walk down.
He hasn't.
Yeah,
I was gonna say he hasn't checked the haunted cave or cave south of the Haunted Grove. I don't think he's checked Stumpy. So with mirror in hand, it's not a bad route to go through.
Yeah. And he also has the shovel, which I think he got from Helmosaur.
Oh yeah. Nice. Oh, I was gonna say he's not gonna check it, but he is.
Just more supers at Dig's. Zoast checking Laser Bridge. X-ray, which is actually really nice with the plasma beam in charge.
Yeah. And wait,
oh.
What?
Two nice beams there, or one beam in the ray there.
All right, so unless there's an item on Trinex, I don't know if we've seen the map.
Yeah. Also, that was a little funny. Chat pointed out. Zoast was trying to do laser skips with the mirror shield.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the Rainbow Bridge is still G101 says in chat.
Zoast on Trinex, there is an item here.
Butter Sword making this fight so easy. Doing backdoor strats, 3 slashes with the sword finishes off each head. Gets the double hit, 1 more slash, and finishes off with Trinex. Ah, power runs.
I think Solski's gonna go pick up his space jump.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, please don't go in Ice Palace.
Yeah, I'm about to say the same thing. I'd hope he would go back and check what he can in Super Metroid before he goes into Ice Palace.
Yeah, for sure.
He's gonna turn in this mushroom. I think he's also gonna pick up at least one potion.
Yeah, he does. Did he use the red potion that he had earlier?
He just used it. He just emptied his bottle.
Oh.
That's why that's why I'm thinking he's gonna grab a potion too.
Going for a green potion.
Oh, this is never a good sign when the runner fills his green magic.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's thinking Meyer, so he's gonna need magic to be able to get into Meyer.
Hopefully, yeah. Meyer, not ice.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, Meyer's a crystal.
And it's fully completable. Just looking for that fire rod.
Zoast is checking Spiky, which is in logic for him now with Burna.
Yes. Ah. Heart container, not bad. I think that puts him at 9 or 10 hearts total, so... Or 11? 11, nice.
And Zoast is... He's gonna... Yeah, he hasn't been to the Meyer area yet, so he's gonna get some info. And he'll most likely clear desert out right now. And he was hoping he had the pendant, or the medallion for that, but does not.
Yeah, well, at least now he knows that he's looking for one more of those.
At this point, the big move for Zoast is going to be to go to Swamp Palace, because if he does that, he'll get his boat in Swamp and hopefully would go straight left to check for...
Solski?
Check the tablet.
Solski? Oh, so close! Almost had it. So have we seen one of the items in Misery Mire yet? One of the two?
I don't think so, because we've seen a big key and a small key.
Cool.
He's going straight to the fire or the cutscene area.
Nice. I mean, if he had Fire Rod, this would be much easier, but
Yeah. I mean, for those of you who joined late, basically each of these runners has one item the other doesn't that they need to get. Solski needs to go to past Crocomire to get the fire rod. Zoast needs to go to the swamp area. He needs to go in the swamp to get his bow, and then he needs to go left of swamp to get his ether medallion.
has he even gotten Book yet?
No, he hasn't. Book was in Checkerboard Cave.
So he might not even be thinking about the tablets until he finds that.
Yeah. Which, if he goes to Checkerboard, he's right in the area right now. So if he leaves Desert and goes to Checkerboard Cave, he'll be in good shape. Anyway, Zoast on Landmola's 2 swings of the gold sword per Landmola takes him down. Solski getting close to Vitreous, which will be a pretty easy fight with bow and silvers. Zoast has his 4th crystal, or actually no, that's his 3rd crystal. Solski heading to the back, he's about to get his 6th crystal. Answer your question in chat. Bombos was in the front of Skullwoods, not Fire Rod locked. The 2 items in Skullwoods were Bombos and the 4th sword upgrade. The 4th sword upgrade was locked in the back. Zoast is going into Checkerboard Cave. We'll get his book. So at this point for Zoast, he needs to go to the swamp area for sure. And at this point, there's no real reason for him not to, because he can't complete Easterner Pod. Actually, I take that back. He's going to go to Lower Norfair, I think. Yeah, he's going to Lower Norfair. So he's going to go and take out Ridley. So he's also going to check these couple items quick over at Golden Chorizo.
Okay, so Gold Chorizo is okay.
Yeah. And Solski is going to make this a quick Vitreous fight.
Silver Arrow is always really nice to have with bow at Vitreous.
One thing Zoast does need to remember to do at some point is he does have to equip that plasma beam. Even though he got it as a safety measure in the game, you actually do have to equip plasma to use it. I think Solski's going to go for Lower Norfair too. So they're both going for Ridley. Now this is better for Solski, assuming, of course, again, he does not find gravity down here. Because if after this, if he goes to Crocomire, as he's getting out of Lower Norfair, that would be very good for him. Now, Zoast does have a bit of a beam advantage here by going to Turtle Rock. He's got Wave, Plasma, Ice, Charge, versus Solski, who just has Charge and Plasma. And, no, he hasn't got Ice yet, because that was in Norfair.
Yeah, that was the Upper Norfair Reserve area in Bubble Mountain.
Alright, Zoast is getting through Lower Norfair really quickly.
Yeah, Space Jump, Screw Attack, Plasma, like you pretty much have everything you want for anything in Lower Norfair.
Now, one thing I do notice in their ammo counts, Zoast only has 9 super missiles. Solski's got a pretty big complement, so I think it's not going to be much of a difference, but I think Solski might have a little bit of a faster Ridley fight.
Charge Ice Wave Plasma for Ridley is really, really great. So I don't think it'll be that much of a difference, actually.
Yeah, if it's a difference, it's going to be a matter of a few seconds, if that.
That was a really fast Ridley.
I mean, Solski's just going to be able to unload supers into Ridley, which give him a little bit an extra time. But then again, as we're watching, like Zoast's execution getting to Ridley is also gaining him some time too.
Yeah, he just completely slaughtered this Lower North Fair. Oh, but he gets pegged by the little platform there. Gonna have to wait for that. Nice clip through the statue, though. Very well done. Alright, just a quick climb and escape up the second half of Lower North. We're gonna check the Fire Fleet item, see what that is. Oh, missiles, alright. Solski also with a very quick Ridley. Nicely done. Didn't use all of his supers. Obviously doesn't need to when you only have to hit him 30 times with super.
Alright, Zoast almost out of Lower Norfair. Fortunately, nothing for him that's going to open up anything new. Actually, we have one more item to check.
Yeah, just this Three Musketeers item. Missiles.
So, I have to think we're almost at the point where Zoast is going to be forced to go to Swamp.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, where these runners are, I feel like Zoast is in a little bit of a better spot because the items he needs are in crystal dungeons, or at least near crystal dungeons. Solski has to make the decision to go to a pendant, but if he goes and gets that fire rod, that'll at least drive him towards Skull Woods.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that the special thing there is that if he checks Crockermeyer.
Now, Zoast coming back up here. Not sure why. Did he check Hookshot Cave? No, he did check Hookshot Cave. I wonder
Yeah,
he's
he
coming
did.
back up here.
I don't know if he checked Super Bunny. He did not. Because he pretty much just went straight to Turtle Rock after checking Hookshot. Or I mean the reverse of that. He went to Hookshot after finishing up Turtle Rock.
Alright, so for Solski, he needs to stay down in this area and do some checks. Which I think he will, because he hasn't done any lower or upper North Fair yet.
Yeah, so he's heading straight to Waves since he has not been over here yet. Oh, Zoast might be thinking ether tap.
Yeah. Check ether and then he'll flute away.
Ooh, some blue goo.
Always nice to have that. He's fluting away. Going to 3. He might check pedestal. Or... yeah, he might check what's on pedestal.
Nope. No. It's gonna go the other way around. Okay, so not the direction of pedestal. Smiths.
Okay, yeah, he hasn't done the Smiths yet. That's 3 checks over here he can get through really quickly.
Yeah, I think 4 as well.
Oh yeah, because
Oh, he did dig game. Never mind.
actually, this if I think he's doing what he's gonna do, he's gonna take the purple chest and take that right into Bombo's tablet, which would get him ether.
Yes.
But most likely, then that'll send him into Mire, especially if he's trying to avoid Swamp Palace.
Yeah. And I mean, either one, Swamp or Misery Mire, are completable by Zoast currently, so it's a toss-up. I mean, thinking about like item collection density, I would go for Swamp first. But hey, Solski's doing the.
Yeah, he's trying to get in this way. Not having any luck. So he wants to go to Crocomire.
He goes back.
Yeah. Oh, saving and quitting with that chest is not good for Zoast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's not so bad.
All right, so Solski's heading through Cathedral to check the lava item here. Not picking up the super since he has like a million of them already, but he still needs to head through. Hopefully he'll just go straight across the hallway here, head to Ice, and then down to Crocomire.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
A.
This is good for him. And Zoast is going to go check the Bombo's tablet after getting mirror bounced. Yeah, most likely he'll grab this ether and then he'll go straight into Misery Mire.
Yep. Okay.
Well, after a Nagina check.
All right, so missiles and Crumble Tower. Solski jumping down, heading on his way over to Crocomire. So get him the information he needs, and obviously the fire rod that he needs in the cosine room.
Looked like Zoast was a little uncertain of what to do after that.
Yeah. All right. One single shot of charged plasma to Crocomire, and Solski's going for grapple strats. I'm gonna pull you all away from your arm.
I have not seen that before.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because you can grapple onto it like a like one of the grapple blocks up there, but the body doesn't move when you do.
Okay, yeah, Zosti's heading into Mire. Then Solski's on track. He'll get his fire out here shortly.
He's doing some nice dance moves. Is that a double no bird toss? Or did Solski toss the bird?
Solski did not toss the bird.
Yes! Awesome. That's amazing. I love these runners.
Yeah, there's no time to toss the bird. You're in a speed run.
Exactly.
So we know Zoast will not find anything here in Mire. He'll most likely full clear it. Won't find anything. He'll have a little bit harder of a vitreous fight since he doesn't have the bow, but not significantly.
Yeah, butter. Not too bad. All right. Cosine rooms, all you got left, Solski. It's your go. Then you can go do Skullwoods. And then, well, he'll probably go to Turtle Rock first. Oh, he can't. Yay! Okay.
Yeah, he can't go to Turtle Rock. He needs Bombos.
Yes.
But yeah, with that fire rod, it'll probably maybe it'll make him think, okay, there's something in Skullwoods I haven't got yet.
Yeah. This will be good for him. Okay.
As long as he doesn't lead him to Ice Palace.
Yeah, I think that Skullwoods is the faster check just because you're only looking for 2 items and you can do the front half very quickly. And that's all he needs to do. So
Yeah, most runners, you're gonna go to Skullwoods first because it's just so much faster.
Yep. All right. Back to Link to the Past. Okay.
All right, he's gonna flute. Flute to 3, and you're in good shape.
4.
Is he gonna? Oh, he hasn't checked escape yet. He's gonna go check
Right.
escape.
Okay. Was there anything here that was any good for him at all? No.
Nope. This will just cost him a couple minutes.
Yeah.
It's not so bad since he's got boots and tempered. This will make really quick work of it, but yeah, this will not yield him anything. Kind of looking at what these runners are right now, I feel like Solski's a little ahead just because of how he's routed Link to the Past. But we're gonna see Zoast able to go mode a couple dungeons that Solski couldn't. So that might also give him a little time. I mean, at this point, it's literally which runner goes to the dungeon they need to go to first. Does Zoast go to Swamp, or does Solski go to Skull Woods?
Here it comes down to where do we go?
Oh no!
What? No!
He's going for ice.
What? Why?
This is gonna be a time sink.
I mean, the only way that this can really be good for Solski, and again, and it's really at this point probably only good for Solski, is if Gravity Suit is. But then he'll probably go to Meridia. I don't. There's.
Yeah, this is a big time, and I think I see what Solski might even be thinking. If he thinks pedestal might be needed, he wants to end up at Skull Woods.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
And the other thing, though, is that we don't have many spots left that are in logic for Gravity Suit to be.
Right. Why did Zoast go? Oh, he's gonna check the right side. Okay, so he went straight back. Okay.
Yeah, there's still an item for him in here. Yeah, as Chess pointed out, at this point, each runner is essentially one item from Go mode. Solski needs Bombos that is in Skull Woods, and Zoast needs the bow that's in Swamp. All right. This also could be a play that if Solski thinks he's behind, he's going into the place he thinks that Zoast would go to last.
Right. I guess that makes sense as well.
And I think Zoast is finally going to go for Swamp Palace. And yeah, just to also clarify for chat, as much as we're saying that they don't need Gravity Suit for Go mode, logically they do. But this is interesting. Zoast is actually going to go for the bomb, the big bomb.
Yeah, Pyramid Fairy, definitely not a bad play, but again, the item density in Swamp Palace versus 2 item checks, that takes some time to do.
So far, Solski has not found anything in ice.
Yeah, nothing. Fingers crossed that continues. As much as I just don't want to see Gravity and have him go, that's my Meridia access. That's where Bombos is.
Alright, just a red rupee in the big chest. Got a potion.
Oh no.
And Gravity.
Oh god.
Gravity at Pyramid Fairy.
I don't know what to think.
Let's see where he goes.
I only have bad words to say right now.
He's going for the Meridia portal.
No, he's not. He's going to Ice Palace. Is he going to Ice Palace? Oh, he's going. You are right. He's going to the back door of Meridia. Oh.
And Solski's going to the Skull Woods. He's about to enter go mode.
Apparently, Echo doesn't think that Zoasty's making the right play here either. This is going to be crazy. I mean...
We knew it was going to come up soon because there was running out of spots for it to be. And, yeah. Now, Zoast is going to get to Dragon pretty quickly and take it out, but he's most likely right after that going to go and full clear Meridia.
Right, but how long is it going to be? I mean, Solski, he'll finish up with Turtle Rock, and then... Is he going to finish up Thieves Town before he does Pyramid Fairy, or will he go straight to Pyramid Fairy looking for Gravity? Will he even go looking for Gravity? I don't
know if I don't know how familiar or how comfortable Zoast is with getting the Dragon suitless. But there it is at 2 hours, 6 minutes, 12 seconds. Solski's in go mode minus gravity suits.
Yeah, which he can do Dragon without, not logically, but he has the ability to do it.
Yeah, and he's saving and quitting. He's going to go straight for Turtle Rock.
Alright, really fast microwave strats on Dragon. Zoast was in that room for like less than 30 seconds and he's done.
So yeah, Solski, at this point his path is basically Turtle Rock, Ganon's Tower, and then back into Super Metroid to finish.
Yeah.
Zoast has to go right for Swamp at some point. The bow that he needs is in Swamp Palace.
Yep, and Solski's ahead by Eastern Palace and Palace of Darkness. Plus Swamp Palace, obviously. Turtle Rock's going to be very fast. He's just pretty much going to pick up the big key, a couple small keys, and then head. He's going to skip Laser Bridge, so he's not going to get extra. He might check Laser Bridge looking for Gravity. I don't know, though.
And with Boots and Mirror Shield, it's pretty quick, but I think it also depends on where he feels like he's at.
Right, so Zoast's going to give us some new information, checking through Meridia here, heading towards Sandy Beaches and the Watering Hole or Wishing Well.
Trying to think if there's anything that Zoast could find in Meridia that would at least help him.
No, not really. He's already got silvers. He's got all of the safety upgrades. I don't think there's anything that's going to point... Oh, powder!
Well,
thank you, game, for correcting me.
Okay, yeah, powder at least gives him some extra safety in Ganon's Tower. And so that's something.
But there is nothing that's going to point him in the direction of Swamp Palace.
Yeah, he's basically got everything that could point him in that direction already. I mean, how soon in the seed did we found everything we need for Swamp? Within the first hour.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't blame him at all. He's sticking with the game he knows better. I don't blame him at all for doing this. Yeah.
I can't. The seed. These people. And none of these plays are necessarily like. I couldn't say they're bad.
No, he's not making any good. Or sorry,
He's not making any good plays. Just kidding.
He's not making any bad plays. Not at all. He's just not fine. He's just not going where he needs to go, basically.
Yeah, so all about following the breadcrumbs instead of looking for the loaf of bread. Okay, so coming up shortly, we'll see if Solski heads over to the laser bridge coming up. That'll get him his wave beam and X-ray.
I think Zoast is going for Shack Tool.
Shack Tool. So, considering that this is the 7th and final crystal for Solski, I 100% don't think that he will check Pyramid Fairy. It just seems so far off. I mean, maybe after doing Ganon, but it's just like not.
Now, interestingly, Solski's not going full go mode here. He did go to Mimic Cave.
Yeah, like I said, that's the only thing that I could see him doing is finishing up with Link to the Past, finish Ganon, and then possibly check Pyramid Fairy, but hey, Solski, have more supers.
There's another hard reset for Zoast. He's going to go back to his save point. Yeah. The other thing for Solski at this point is if he does want that gravity. Now, I believe he knows, I think this is in the logic, that gravity can't be in GT. I believe that's the case.
Oh yeah, of course. Cannot. I'm hoping, like you said, that he remembers that.
And don't forget, I forget the exact reason, but I know progression cannot be, or progression for Super Metroid can't be in GT.
Right. Simply because you should be able to full clear both games, similar to, you should be able to full clear all of Link to the Past before completing Super Metroid. Which is pretty obvious since there's no items or anything inside of Torian or behind Mother Brain, but... Alright, so he's gonna get his beams.
Now, the other thing that Solski is missing that Zoast has is the gold sword, but for Solski, tempered sword is more than good enough.
Yes. Avoiding the pokey like a pro. Very nicely done. A bee in a bottle.
A bee in a bottle underwater.
Well, it's sealed in the bottle, so there's air in the bottle for it to breathe.
Okay,
so
fair enough.
It's okay. The bee will survive, everybody, until the planet explodes, at least.
And that's Trinex down. That's our 7th crystal. We'll wait to make
does
sure
that
he's
mean?
actually. Let's make sure he's heading that way first. But
True.
yeah, for anybody who's unfamiliar, 22 chests in Ganon's Tower. Where do you think the Ganon's Tower big key will be?
I like to guess chest number 9 or the fire snake room.
Yeah, he's heading over there. We're gonna start it. Oh,
You beat me. Oh wait, I don't know who did it.
It shows up first on my screen, but we might have hit about the exact same time.
Yeah. What chest do you usually guess again?
I usually go for 15.
Nice.
Zosti's out of Meridia. He needs to go to Swamp Palace at this point.
Yikers.
Oh, gonna have a little extra guessing time as Solski checks the ether tablet.
Yeah, why not? Alright, so Zoast is over here, portal number 4, just south of Link's house. Go to That's the right direction. You got this. Okay, he's doing it. He's going in. Yes! Alright, Solski heading into the Hope Room. First 2 chests in Ganon's Tower. 300 rupees. And a big...
And he wanted to go right, but no small key, so he's gotta go left.
And item number 3 is a piece of heart on the torch. Boots not required for any progression, but certainly lovely to have. As early as we found it, of course. Right, chest number 4, small key, 5, small key. Number 6 is some missiles. Number 7, another small key. So I've heard tell that a lot of people, once they see that many keys in the Stealthless room, will actually mirror and head right.
Yeah, I've heard that as well. I'm sure that there's logic behind it. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah. Alright, so chest number 8 in the fire bar room was another small key. Nope. No missiles. Chest number 9, my usual guess. The fire snake room. Gonna be holding a piece of heart. I never win.
Alright, Solski heading for the rando room. And Zoast about to pick up the big key. The bow is right above him. And
Yo!
And Zoast is in go mode as Solski finds the big key.
That was really, really great syncing there. Syncing? I believe that was chest number 12, if anybody would like to correct me before we announce which key it was.
I'm pretty sure that was 12.
Nice. All right. So, super exciting that Zoast got to go mode finally.
He still needs to finish off 3 Link to the Past dungeons, though.
Yeah. Fortunately, they will be fast go modes, the dungeons, but ready to get those done quite quick.
At this point, the biggest thing, though, that could stop Solski is if he has trouble getting to Dragon.
Yeah. Again, once he finishes Ganon Tower and Ganon, he may end up checking Pyramid since he'll be right on the Pyramid and he may be thinking, I could do that real quick before dipping back into Super Metroid. I mean, it's right there. You know? Zoast opting for some Fire Rod struts against Argus, even though he just picked up the bow and has those silver arrows, but gets it done very well. Finished off Swap Palette.
Solski's got to be a little careful. He's down to 2 hearts. I think he has 2 blue potions, though.
Yeah, I think so too. Alright, and Solski switching over to silver arrows with the bow. 1 shot, 2 shot, and Lanmo 2 is down. Very nicely done.
Zoast landing in the eastern pod area will take him up in a combo. Good news for him is he did not dip either of these looking for items. So he didn't use extra time. But I think eastern, the big Q was in one of the first chests. Pod, I think it was buried a little bit. I think in pod it was in the dark U room.
Yeah, the dark rupee room in the basement. I believe that's where it was. On the left side.
Solski almost forgot to light the torch.
Oh, wait. I gotta do the thing. Pretty smart use of the blue potion there to fill up his health and magic just before coming upstairs to light the second torch area.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Solski does remember Gravity Suit can't be in here. He's not checking extra chests.
Yeah, and knowing that he's got Charge, Ice Wave, Plasma, he's not going to be worried about ammo or picking up any... Oh, no! Moldorm, why you bully?
Yeah, always has to be something. He's gonna hover.
Solski, why you swag? Nice. Very well done. Take that, Moldorm. Haha. Alright, into the Aghanim fight. Requires 6 reflected shots. And we'll get the silly wizard dead. Nice setup. Oh, blue ball, man.
Not being the kindest fight to him, but he gets it down.
Yeah, very well done. Only a couple blue balls getting in the way.
Alright. Time for Ganon.
Okay, dropping down. Going up against our first final boss between both games.
This is going pretty quick. I think he got the one. Nope, not quite a 1 cycle on phase 2.
Yeah, it's 12 slashes with tempered, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Ooh, nice that he doesn't have to worry about the fire bats while Ganon's teleporting around. Alright, Zoast picked up the big key, is on his way down to the basement of Palace of Darkness, going to be heading up against Helmsar King shortly.
Yep. Solski has his silver arrows. This is going to be an easy final phase.
Ooh,
Almost
just about
triple.
gets a triple.
And there's the first boss down.
Yeah, let's get 1 G in chat. Only one. Not quite at the GGs yet, but let's get 1 G in chat for Solski having finished up with Ganon from A Link to the Past, completing 1/2 of his required bosses for finishing the game. Save and quit. Hey.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think he's gonna go for Pyramid very quick.
Wow. This is gonna be huge.
I think in his mind he's just like, okay, maybe it's here. Please don't be buried in a pendant dungeon.
He could also be heading directly to Backdoor Ice Palace, Meridia.
Oh, that too.
Please stop. No, he's not.
He's not going for gravity.
Wait.
Where is he going? I think he wanted
going back to Ganon.
He wanted to check the pyramid.
What? Did you forget something, Solski?
Then he wanted a super bomb, but he forgot to buy the bomb.
Right, exactly. Something he got. Oh man. Okay, so he's going back. He's gonna pick up his bomb.
Yeah, like I said, he's hoping it's not buried in the pendant dungeon or on the pedestal. He's gonna get a nice surprise here.
Yep, and Zoasty finishing up with Helmsar King picking up his dirt digger. Gonna be finishing here. Quick mirror over to Eastern and close that one out too. Alright, so is this technically official goal mode for Solski when he picks this up?
Yeah, this would be official goal mode. And at this point, it's a pretty commanding lead for Solski.
Yeah, so we'll just see him heading directly down here past the Palace of Darkness pathway to this little ramp. And he will jump down and head to the back entrance of Meridia and finish up Dragon.
And I know this is actually going to be somewhat of a big moment for Solski. He's wanted some revenge against Zoast because he played against Zoast in both the 2v2 tournament and another 1v1 tournament that was separate from this one. And he got beat both times. And so I know Solski came in wanting some revenge.
Out for blood. And just in case you guys are curious, there's a little weird glitch that happens sometimes when you're entering the Meridia portal, that the music will take like an extra 20 seconds or so to actually kick in. So it's a little odd, but it happens. Usually a door transition or two and it comes back on.
The funny thing is, though, despite how this race is going, and despite what we think is going to happen, these two runners could still match up again later on. They're both more than good enough to make it's into the later stages of the tournament.
For sure. All right, Zoast getting a vanilla big key for Eastern, heading back to the dark room. Gonna be pushing on to Armos to finish up his final crystal and head to GT. Solski gets the microwave, but doesn't get it early enough to finish off Drake. And we'll see him head back towards the Link to the Past portal, save and quit, and then he'll do a console reset or a game reset, which will put him back onto Samus's ship in Criteria, and he'll head on to Torian. All right. Zoast picking up his 7th and final crystal. In his crystal mode, going to be probably fluting directly up to Death Mountain and going directly to Ganeth's palace.
I try to bring actually up an interesting point about this tournament, since it is a top 8 bracket, that getting a loss is a little tough. You can take one, but a second loss is going to basically put you out of contention for the bracket. So that is also where, just these two with having to take with potentially one of them taking a loss here is going to really hurt, and that's why this matchup was a little bit more unfortunate for these two. You don't want to have a big matchup like this in round 1. But looks like Solski is heading down to Turian. Zoast is also going to take Super Metroid out first. Yeah, with all the beams, with plenty of supers, and with plenty of ammo, this is going to be a really quick Turian for both these rounds.
It is so remarkable to watch Zoasty go through Turian like this. Like, I am absolutely hypnotized by the way that he just plays through all that.
It's like all one motion.
Yeah, you don't even see him like swapping to his super missiles. It's just like, oh, I'm shooting an ice beam. Instantly, I'm shooting super missiles. There's no time. It's just perfect. All right, so we're gonna have a little bit of sync here. Both boys gonna be going for babies. I believe. Oh man, this sync is unreal. Aw, Solski, no.
Zoast is doing well. He's got it.
Perfect. That is amazing.
It's unfortunate for Zoast at this point. It's going to take a pretty big mistake by Solski for him to be able to catch up. Though it's going to be interesting to see how much faster Zoast gets through this over Solski.
Yeah. So 234.28 is when Zoasty got into Mother Brain's little chamber.
And yeah, just to make sure it's clear for anybody who joined late, even though it looks like this is a close race, Zoast still has to go finish Link to the Past. Solski has already finished it.
Right, and onto that rainbow beam for Zoasty. Zo's going for the stand-up glitch. It's just so good. The sync is just so good.
Yeah, it would be. It's really great to watch, regardless of what's going on in this race. Yeah, Solski not doing stand-up glitch.
Yep.
It's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna have to watch where they finish Mother Brain. They fire their last shot. Like Zoast is looking about 237.09 as Mother Brain begins to explode. Now for Zoast, he is not gonna get a timer or anything because basically once he gets back to the top of the shaft, he'll have to go straight back into Link to the Past. So he will not get a timer, while Solski will.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to Link to the Past when you walk in the door after finishing up with Ganon. You just put right back on top of the pyramid instead of going into the Triforce room. This allows you to continue playing the game in case you needed further progression, similar to Solski picking up gravity after finishing Ganon. So here at this escape shaft area, all of the space pirates are still in play. The explosions have stopped. There's no timer. And from here on, Zoast is able to go through and continue playing Super Metroid if needed.
Well, it was about 2:38:17 that Solski got started the explosion, so about a minute 8 difference between when they finished their Mother Brain fights.
And we can also get 1G in chat for Zoasty having finished up Mother Brain, of course. All the G's in chat. Okay.
And Solski just has to get through this escape. And I guarantee he's probably feeling like he's sitting there right now wondering, is Zoast about to dot done?
Yeah, it's always nerve-wracking until you see that first person dot done or you yourself are the one who enters that in. Really nice spark through the escape shaft from both players. I still can't do that, so GG's to them.
Leaving the animals where they are. onto your ship, and that's it for Solski.
Yep, finishing with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 39 minutes, and 54 seconds. GG's in chat for Solski. Woo!
Yeah, where this really changed was Zoast finding that gravity suit. That's as good as much as you need that to finish the game. Technically, that is where Zoast lost his time. I don't know if he lost 10 minutes with itself by checking Meridia, but I mean that is where I could say that this seed completely swapped in Solski's favor.
And we are joined by Solski. Welcome in, GG.
Thanks, guys.
All right, do you feel like you have some redemption here?
It's a big win.
Yeah,
It's a big win. I know Zoast had my number for the 1v1 in the 2v2 tournament. I just couldn't get a win off him. Played some good races against them, and just finally just had to see go my way. It was great.
yeah, fastest seed I think we've had so far in this tournament. So it's really impressive.
Yeah, that the seed was so sick. Like, I've had a really bad string of bad seeds where they've been like 320, 330 troll fests. I averaged around 3 or sub 3 at that point, but it was really good to get like a jet seed for a change.
Yeah, I'd say overall you had you had some really nice plays. You got that flute and hook shot so much earlier. I think the way you ended up routing it ended up playing a lot to your favor. Zoast spent a lot of time trying to avoid Swamp Palace, and that ended up costing him in the end.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I know you mentioned something about he found Grav like pretty early and had to kind of route around Swamp essentially. I don't really blame him, like, just because it does open up so much, but it is a time investment of like 10 minutes for a full clear. So, and the way I was like thinking about it in my head, like how this race was finishing, is that we're neck and neck in like Mother Brain, and he did Suitless Meridia, and I just lucked out into the Grav early.
Well, you were right. You were both at Mother Brain at the same time. It was just you'd already finished Link to the Past at that point.
And I'm gonna guess he got Baby Skip. I'm gonna guess he got he got Stand Up, because I went like pure baby strats, and I was like the Baby Skip was pretty bad, to be honest. But what was worse was dashing to Pyramid without the big bomb.
You guys can just edit that
out. Yeah, just edit it out, guys. It's fine.
Okay, I won't ask that. Though I was curious, can you do Suitless Dragon? Would you have if it wasn't at Pyramid?
My coach Maniacal hasn't taught me it yet, so.
Oh. Shots fired, Maniacal.
So, it's not shots. It's not shots. Honestly, it's just I've been really busy with Link to the Past right now, so I haven't had a lot of time to train in Super Metroid. So it felt really bad for the start, honestly. Like I was not happy with my play early on, but I mean, like my Norfair dip, I was like super impressed. I'm like, wow, that's pretty smooth for not playing the game for like 4 months.
So will you be learning that now?
I imagine so, yeah. Definitely in this situation. I mean, again, it's just lucky that it was like the next check, but it's one of those things that could have been like that second item in Skull and just cost me the race, right? So Randomizer is going to do that to you, so it's always good to be prepared and have as many tools at your disposal to be able to conquer seed in like weird situations like that.
Yeah, and the second item in Skullwoods was actually your butter sword, so would have been nice to have, but you didn't miss out too much with that, having them tempered already.
Yeah, just the way the seed kind of flowed through was great. The early play for like the sword, flute, and hookshot was like huge. I was pretty hyped. Didn't really lead to a lot. I thought the better play for me though was getting the lamp early at Quakefish, because that opened up Desert and Hera, and it was just like dungeon only mode. It was great.
Yeah, definitely. And we were pretty sad to see both Wreckship and Meridia, though. You didn't have to worry about Meridia. Neither have we any kind of progression to speak of.
Wreckship is, man, that's like, I don't know. I don't really know like a funny way to describe it. It's just, it's 90% trash, and it's like sometimes it's all right, basically. And you always want to try to do it early because it's a boss anyways.
Yeah.
And you don't want that 10% where it's all right and you like miss out huge on an item. So, especially since it's usually unlocked early too, with a lot of variety of getting into there and logic.
So always bet on Crocomire, right?
It's better than Shack Tool.
True. Shack Tool ended up being, I believe, just a big 20 today.
No, Shack 2 was a bee in a bottle.
Oh yeah, the bee in the bottle underwater. That's right.
The aquatic bee.
Yes, he's in a submarine of his own. But overall, really great routing. Very well done. Quite a bit of excellent Link to the Past execution, and I think even you yourself in the IRC said there's some Super Metroid stuff that you're going to be working on, but still, you did very good job.
Thanks. I mean, yeah, it's a big win. It was a huge hurdle. I thought like this was definitely the matchup of round one. Like it's a really, really tough matchup, and I feel like we're really both good at this, Rando. So, coin flip, honestly, for me in my head, I knew I had a chance. It's just whether or not we can make it happen today. And luckily enough, the seed kind of just played to how we read it, and it was great.
Have you taken a look at any of the other wins and losses yet to see who's going to be your round 2 matchups, maybe?
Not really. I'm actually really busy plotting how I'm going to be active ochre in brackets. So, so yeah, I'm just kind of formulating that right now. That's probably one of my bigger priorities, but definitely with the Swiss, it was probably my favorite randomizer of the year is this combo. So I will definitely be paying a little bit more attention to it going forward in the next couple of weeks.
Nice. What happens if you go up against your coach, Mr. Maniacal? Dun dun dun.
Free win.
Oh.
He's gonna be like, "Wow, I gifted you a sub and everything yesterday, and this is how you talk to me."
Nice.
It's like heel Solski. It's fine. Nah, Maniacal's great. Again, another coin flip, really, really strong at combo. There's like quite a bit of us where we're like really, really close. Just in like strategies and routing and skill, really. Like I remember one race, I think it was in May, where we had like the top 5 finishers were all within 2 minutes of each other. It was pretty crazy. So again, just a lot of fun. The tournament's gonna be fun, and I'm looking forward to it.
Great. Well, we're just watching Zoast enter into the Ganon fight. So if you want to chill and hang out and chat with him when he comes in, or if you want to dip out and watch as well, whatever you'd like to.
I'll chill.
Cool.
Yeah, Zoast is already to phase 3 Ganon. 1 swing per stomp.
Yeah, Buttersword definitely making just a little bit of time up there with only 6 slashes per phase instead of 12 in the first 2. So.
That's Silverless Struts right there.
Yep, gets the torch glitch, pulls out the silver arrows, has it set up for 3. Oh, gets a double. All right, final arrow stuck in the pig. Gonna be having Zoast join us shortly after he walks across the bridge. We can get some double GGs in chat for Zoasty finishing up.
And Zoast officially is finished at the time of 2 hours, 49 minutes, and 50 seconds.
Yeah, definitely a close match. 10 minutes difference. Very, very, very close. And have him joining us shortly. While we're waiting for him, just everybody make sure you check out the schedule, watch the tournament, get ready for some more. I think we got another race going on between Karakarn and Aussie 101 on another channel that's ongoing right now, and a couple more races coming up tonight.
Yeah.
210 item collections is pretty good for you, Solski, there. Considering you skipped a bunch of Meridia items.
Yeah. Again, yeah, that was definitely the difference in time. It's about 10 minutes to full clear Meridia, so
Hello.
Welcome, Zoasty.
What's up?
you know, great race.
GG, man. GG.
With 10 minutes difference, there's very close, Zoasty, and your Super Metroid is absolutely hypnotizing to watch. I must say, your execution in that game is a marvel.
Thanks. I did make some mistakes in that, routing it and playing it, but it's hard to play it perfectly. So.
Well, I think really my only question is, with the items that you found, what was the reasoning to wait so long to head towards Swamp Palette?
Well, in my mind, it could have been Bo and Meridia just as well, and
Yeah,
it felt like
absolutely.
I'd already gone down the path to open up Big Fairy and get. I don't know. You don't. It's hard to figure out what decision's correct because it feels like it could have been Meridia just as easily because there's lots of. I mean, I hadn't touched Meridia, so there was a lot of item locations open. I don't know if it's more likely to be in Swamp than it is to be in a random place in Meridia. It felt like Meridia was locked by a lot of things as well. Like I'm not sure what it is that makes things more likely to be somewhere or not. It feels like somewhere like Mire more than often has quality items, but that's just, I don't know, it could just be the seeds I get or something. It's hard to tell. Yeah, I definitely thought about doing Swamp earlier, but it's just, I mean, I knew I could do Meridia really quick with what I had.
Yeah, very.
I mean,
very
Meridia is not
doable.
really quick itself, but I had everything I needed to like breeze through as quickly as I could. So I was thinking I could, if hopefully not full clear Swamp, which I didn't have to do anyway, but that was, I guess, the reason I didn't do it, because I didn't want to have to double dip anywhere. I didn't have to left side Swamp if I didn't have to. So I said, well, I'll just play it this way, where I'd finish off Super Metroid and then go to Link to the Past.
Yeah. Elminster in chat just kind of chiming in about you saying that you're not sure how to know what items can be in what places, mentions that the main difference is the time investment in checking versus whether the location is required. So with Swamp having been a crystal dungeon, you have to do it, and left side Swamp is 2 or 3 minute risk. So that versus the time difference for heading into Meridia.
Well, I had a good Meridia anyway, but like the clearing part of it was probably 10 minutes, so.
Yeah.
It does have more items than Swamp Palace does, though, so I don't know. Not
True,
that
the
many, but it does
density
have
for
more.
Yeah. And then Wreckship was a pretty big bust. So
Yeah.
that was pretty disappointing to see.
I wasn't all that worried about the rep ship bust, but after the Meridia bust, I was like, I'm probably boned unless he did about the same thing I did, and I didn't think the same thing I did. I should have tried to do the same thing that I thought he would do. Really, I think.
Solski just tried to go open the pyramid with his bare hands instead of bringing the big bomb with him. That's
Another thing that was interesting though is just how long you waited on Saharsla. Just like an early sphere location, and it ended up having a lot of progression. Was there any reasoning behind that?
I'd just pack it in with something else later if I could. I didn't really feel like I needed to check it this early. Although it did have a ton of great items, it could well have had nothing. So
yeah.
I checked it. I checked it went like and Green Pennant at the same time, which was a nice time save. If you know, that would have been a good route. So that's kind of the reasoning.
Really good routing to get them both done at the same time.
Yeah, it was crazy. So I actually had the goods.
Yeah, it was great.
I didn't go there till like, I don't know, it was like an hour 45 or something, an hour and a half. Can't remember.
So I'm looking forward to the Total versus Zoasty match coming up next week, right?
Oh, is that what the next match is?
No, I'm just kidding. We don't know yet. I was just saying that would be pretty hype.
That would be cool.
It'd be nice to watch.
I'd feel bad to put Total 0-2 though.
Oh.
I mean, I'd feel bad if I went 0-2 either. Obviously, I'm not saying that's a done deal. I'm just saying I'd feel bad to have that match go either way. Really.
Yeah, you don't want to have those matches that might decide someone's fate this early, especially for some of the stronger players.
Yeah, going down 0-2 would be bad. I don't know like what you'll have to have as far as like a record to move to the top 16, but 0-2 seems like pretty bad in the beginning. Although you could fight back. I mean, it'd be easy to fight back and go on a run after that. So I'm not really too worried myself right now.
I actually can't wait for you to get paired up for round 2 and just make the other guy sweat.
And actually, I think it's a top 8, unless they change that.
Oh, it's top 8. Okay. No, I couldn't remember what it was. I'm probably wrong.
Yeah,
top 8.
Yeah, so I think they were saying in chat it's going to be 2 people finishing 5-0, 7 finishing 4-1.
Oh, damn. So I have to go perfect now. Okay. That's fine.
Well, again, GG to both of you, and thank you so much for participating in the tournament. We wouldn't be watching some great content without you guys having entered, so make sure everybody watching that you hop over to their channels, give them a follow, and keep track of where they're going to be going ahead in this tournament.
GG Solski.
Yeah, GG Zoast.
You guys are welcome to make any shout outs, anything you got going on, anything coming up.
Nope, no shout outs. I'm just ready to eat pizza now.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Nice.
See y'all. Have a good night.
Thanks,
Good
Zoast.
night.
Take care, Zoast. I'm good as well. Just thanks for hosting, guys. Appreciate the effort and the behind the scenes stuff, and keep up the good work.
Yeah, good luck
Yep.
with your matchup. So. Well, for now, I think we'll probably just send you guys over probably to Speed Gaming 5, I believe, is where our other match is currently going. That is Karakarn versus Oats and Goats. I thought it was Aussie 101, but I misspoke earlier, so probably pretty hype match going on over there. And then tomorrow we have 3 more races scheduled, starting at 1:30 p.m. So come join us again.
Yeah, definitely make sure to go check out that other race. And thanks also to our tracker, Mind of Me, and thanks to Miss Metroid for joining me on commentary.
Yeah, thank you too. Appreciate you stepping in earlier when we had somebody cancel. It was really great to hang out with you. Had a
Yeah, definitely.
right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Make sure that you follow the schedule. Check out what's coming up in the next couple days, and we will see what happens in round 2 coming up next week. So thank you everybody, and have a great night.